I lived in a small town. It was 2,000 people in Canada. Little river that went through it, and we swam in a lot of water around. Niagara Falls was about 4 or 5 miles away, the Niagara Falls. And so, I've always sort of loved the water, possibly as a result of that, and that's manifested itself, obviously, in my work. I look back at, who I was at 10 years old or 9 years old, and I'm the same person now, in essence, wanting to build things and wanting to get a lot of people together and do some grandiose thing, whether it was build a fort or a tree house or an airplane. Once we built an airplane, not intending it to fly, just hang from a tree, but that sort of thing. And I realize I'm just doing the same thing now, just getting a bunch of kids to help me build a fort, except that now it takes $100 million, and the kids are all my age. My biology teacher was our muse at that time. And I think the fact that we were having to do everything, that it wasn't handed to us, may have created a kind of a work ethic that paid off then in independent film production, because it's the same thing. You're finding scraps and bits and pieces and putting it all together and putting on a show. And it's that sense of being able to create some moment of glory, some showmanship out of nothing, out of baling wire, that is maybe the lesson that was learned there as a result of this man who just decided to have a theater arts program. I was more like the kind of the misfit, the outsider, and of course the misfits and the outsiders all collect together like this kind of pond scum around the sides, and that's where all I think the good ideas come from. I certainly never thought of myself as superior or gifted in any way, just different, definitely different. And satisfied to be different. Maybe not always happy to be different, but satisfied to be different. If you don't have the ability to make that leap of faith, it's going to be harder for you to accomplish something great, because there are going to be moments, there are going to be little windows of opportunity that open for a split second, and you either squirt through or you don't. But at the moment that you do that, you have to have prepared yourself. You have to have prepared yourself for that fight, because that's going to be the fight of your life. Whatever that opportunity is, when you grab it, it's going to be more energy than you can manage. It's going to be grabbing the tiger by the tail. And if you have not prepared yourself mentally for it, through study, through knowing and hypothesizing what it will be like when you're in that position, you won't be able to deal with it. And half of what you've concluded before the fact in your theoretical projections is going to be wrong, but half of it will be right, and that's the part you're gonna prevail with. What finally attracted me to film in such a definitive way was it was the only place I could reconcile the need to tell stories and to work in a visual art medium, and the desire to understand things at a technological level, and my fascination with engineering and technology. I watched a couple of really bad directors work, and I saw how they completely botched it up and missed the visual opportunities of the scene when we had put things in front of them as opportunities, set pieces, props, and so on, and they had these great actors to work with, and they just blew it. And there was a moment where I said, I may not be very good at this, but I know I'm better than that guy. And that was kind of a critical moment, because when you realize that you can at least be better than somebody else who's already doing it, then you can visualize yourself doing the job.